Welcome friends, I'm Soumitra here and today I'm going to touch a very important thing as far as your package and water business is concerned. It is called as a break-even point analysis. So to me it is the most important metric, okay, to continuously monitor at what is the point which the business will not be making further losses, or if you are in profits, whether it is floating at a proper profit level or not. So I remember Birla Group, Ghanshyam Dashi Birla, and his team used to follow a very important metric called the Padta system. So Padta is daily मेरा business कितना में पड़ता. So it was giving him, if it is cement, it was telling him how many bags daily produced. So till the time that number is reached, they never used to stop the production. So that is how the monitoring is concerned, and you can imagine Birla Group is a huge group. Even before 50 years also, it was a huge group, and various projects, thousands of crores projects were going on, and daily Mr. Ghanshyam Dashi Birla was monitoring. Of course, I have never met him or something, but I had attended a training from Mr. Pramod Jain. He has closely worked in the Birla Group. And even many of the Marwadi groups are following this habit. So the close monitoring you have on your business lies the success. So, okay. So the most important metric is the break-even point analysis. So we are going to understand that. On screen you are seeing the CAPEX. So CAPEX is a capital expenditure. So once you are done with the capital, whatever machinery you are going to need and all that. So then comes the point on what you should always see, even as a distant, now with the technology you can operate remotely, okay, but you should always monitor, and the numbers should be very handy with you as far as how many cases are manufactured daily. So we will check that. So this is the break-even point cases analysis and giving. So this is the calculation it is showing. So first number we should know is that each case selling price. So cases of 12 bottles. So we are assuming that we are selling at 75 because we are selling to distributors. Okay, this is not the market price. So variable cost per bottle. Variable cost is the cost which varies with the product. We have explained it here as direct expenses. So preform, cap, shrink label, shrink film, whatever. So this is the example costing given for your 1 liter bottle. Okay, and we also know one more figure for sure, that is annual fixed expense. So this is the indirect expense which we have shown. So here it is shown. So once you come to the training will explain you every aspect in detail. So how to calculate the cost, because this is the most important factor. So nobody teaches us. So you can learn technical things, but profiteering and making profits, even if you attend any entrepreneurship program, still this has to be practiced only, nothing else. Okay, so this is what we are going to show you in that. But understand that even if you calculate yourself, you will need to calculate the annual fixed expense. Okay, so once you are done with that, we need to have a figure as to what should be the figure which gives us to meet these annual expenses of 57 lakh whatever we have calculated. So we know the selling price, we know the variable cost, and we know the annual expense. We just don't know how many bottles we need to manufacture for that. Okay, so simply saying, if you deduct this variable cost from the fixed selling price, you get the contribution margin. It is called as a contribution margin. Okay, it is mentioned here, contribution margin, or you can say broad gross profit. It is a broad gross profit. Okay, so it is 27. So we can assume that. So what is this actually? To get the broad gross margin, it is a figure 27x. It is a gross, and x is the number of bottles which I need to make to make 57 lakh. This is the profit. Okay, this is the annual expense. So in other words, to put it very simply, when I sell one case, I make 27 rupees. Okay, very simple. When I sell one case, I make 27 rupees. Rather, for making 27 rupees, I sell one case. So for making 57 lakh, whatever odd figure, how many cases I need to sell? So this is 27x is equal to this. So x is equal to, this is a 2,13,706. This is the annual number of cases. Okay, and if you break it even into the daily thing, divided by 300, it will come to roughly 712 cases per day. Roughly 700 cases into 12, you can say 8,400, something like that. So that is the minimum number of bottles which you need to manufacture. So that is why I am always telling that whatever plant you are putting up, it will have at least, if you come to this capex point, you will understand that is it will at least have 67,000 the calculated cost, plus other cost. If you calculate, it will come to around 75 to 80 lakh rupees. So just keep that figure in mind for capex. And why? Because then only your business will float. This is the break-even point which is given. So if you calculate in reverse, it will come to that daily sales is 53. So how it has come? So you can check it. C5 into C12. Okay, C5 it is 75 rupees. C12 712 cases daily sale. Similar way you can get variable expense. How? C6 into C12. C6 variable cost into C12. C12 again same case. So this is the number you get. So this is a difference. So this is called as a contribution gross profit before deducting the fixed expense. Okay, before deducting the fixed expense. So how much is the gross margin? So this is 36%. Now this number will help you always in many cases, because your selling price is fixed and your variable cost is also fixed. Okay, and annual expense also is fixed. So if you keep these factors, this is your contribution margin. So if you sell one case, it gives you contribution of 36%. Okay, so if otherwise, if you want to calculate, because this point, this is 0. If you want to go reverse, if you want to make, say, annually 10 lakh rupees profit, 20 lakh rupees profit, you can calculate the reverse way. So this is how the break-even point calculation is very useful, and this is the financial knowledge which one should have. So these we have seen that people do not have this. People say that we are engineers, we are given it to accountants. No, my dear, I am also an engineer. Okay, I was also failing in many businesses. So I came to know that financial knowledge is very important. Not just financial knowledge, you need to have the basic technical knowledge also, because it is your trend, and your ethical knowledge also. It's a commitment to your society and business. So, and again, second thing is, this break-even point number is not a will it shut it, forget it number. So it is not like that. You have to continuously monitor it. If not daily, you have to at least monitor weekly. Okay, and weekly review, then monthly review, quarterly review. These things are needed with the help of, if you have a mentor or a third party with you, it is better. At least for initial 2 years you need to have, and that is a service which I am willing to provide. I am not getting myself engaged into technical execution things, because these people are available. Okay, so we don't give you any supplier names, or we don't give you any technical execution things, but rest of the all things I will be with you as a mentor. So do check that. This is number one. If you are not willing to go for mentoring, if you have the numbers with you, and if you want to double check, you can take our Aqua finance metric service, which I will double check and I will tell you what should be the figure like that. Even if you don't want that, you can get your idea assessed. Our trainings are there. If you are prepared to go for a systematic training, 2 weeks ka training we are offering. Check the site. Training link I am providing in the description. You check that. And if you have a plant, and if your plant is not making profit, still we can give you service, one time or ongoing, whatever. If you want to take over some old plant, we are offering you service. The base is, financial and all due diligence only. Okay, technical and financial. So these both things we are providing. So do take advantage, and thank you so much for watching this video.